Call the county board meeting to order. Before I do anything, I want to make an announcement. Please remember that we are guests in this space and we need to exit the building as soon as the meeting adjourns to enable Sheriff's Department staff to secure and sweep the building. Those lingering may be subject to arrest. I added that. So let's begin with a moment of silent prayer and then the pledge. Please rise.
They're not playing around.
Pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, under the roll call, I'll make an announcement. Supervisor Boltman tendered his resignation today due that he no longer lives within his district. Due to the closeness of the election, we will not be making an appointment at this time. Begin with the consent agenda. To entertain a motion for consent. Joe, Chris,
Okay.
and you got one thing out of the consent agenda?
I want to mention that we are finally going to have our jail tour. It'll be next week, Wednesday, at the public safety meeting at 7:30. All county board supervisors are welcome to attend, especially if you have not toured the jail. It's good to see how this significant investment of our tax dollars is used.
Okay, thank you.
7:30 a.m.
7:30 a.m., yes.
Yep. Okay, well, you do have agenda items prior to?
Yeah,
Okay. So it won't be right at 7:30, but the meeting begins at 7:30 and after the
yeah,
completion of agenda items, we'll go to the tour.
yep.
Okay, so we have the consent agenda on the floor. Any corrections, anything else? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we have a consent agenda. Consideration upon request, reading of resolutions and ordinances. 2021 Resolution 81, commendation of Kim Roddy. Need a motion? Supervisor Dice, Supervisor Smisek. Can you read that?
Yep. Whereas Kim Roddy has contributed 16 years of loyal service to the citizens of Washington County, and whereas Kim Roddy has chosen to retire from her present position of senior court assistant in the clerk of courts, now therefore be it resolved that the Washington County Board of Supervisors pause in its deliberations to pay tribute and to commend Kim Roddy for her 16 years of meritorious service. Be it further resolved that on behalf of all citizens of Washington County, this body does herewith extend to her heartfelt thanks for her many accomplishments and successes. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to Kim Roddy as a token of appreciation on the part of this board.
Okay, she's not here. Everybody. 2021 Resolution 82, authorization to apply for and accept Washington County, Wisconsin renovation of Fair Park and Conference Center grant. Supervisor Mahalik, Supervisor Mary. Any discussion on it? Anybody have any questions regarding this? Seeing none, we'll vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we'll move on to 2021 Ordinance 10, amend chapters 15, 49, and 70 of the county code. Take a motion Hartwig and Kelly. Any questions regarding county court? Supervisor Gonring.
Yes, page 14 of 32, under 15-21. They're changing the name of that, and this was the only place I could see that name change being done. It says now planning and zoning rather than planning, conservation, and parks. Are we doing zoning now? Or what's the reason for the name change to that?
It's 1521 you're at?
Yeah. 15-21. Page 14.
Okay.
But that was the only spot where I seen that. Later on in here, it names all the different committees and nothing says planning and zoning.
I think Supervisor Goddard, that's the statutory name for what that committee is supposed to be called. So it's just to match the statute. That's the only reason. I don't think it confers any other duties on that committee. It's just that we're putting it in line with what the statute calls it. That's why. Okay. There's some of that, you'll see some of that clean up a little bit in here as you go make more changes.
But we're later on in here where it does have down the committee names, shouldn't that be there also? I didn't, at least, I read it through twice and I only seen it at this one spot.
This is one of those committees that by statute, certain standing committees also serve as another committee. Like, for example, you'll have Human Services also has the Human Services Board under its purview, and that's a separate statutory distinction, and that's what this is too. It's a
board underneath the board?
Exactly. It's essentially a function of one of the standing committees. Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Seeing none, we'll vote on this. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 2021 ordinance 11, ATV, UTV use on county highways. Supervisor Krebs, Supervisor Shaldron. Any questions? Supervisor Krebs.
Just one clarification on the fiscal note. Is it still the understanding that we're going to be working with local groups for the signage aspect of it?
That was my understanding. We're talking to the County Commissioner, yes.
Any other questions?
Jeff Schleif.
Jeff, Supervisor Schleif?
We met with the local groups several times, both the highway commissioner and deputy commissioner and I and the sheriff's office, and went back and forth. They've been real reasonable with just picking certain routes that they need. Our county has issues that we have to cross Highway 45 and 41, so they kind of have to go on county highways in those spots, but they've very much limited what they're asking for. So I think it's a good thing at this point to go forward. We also have a provision, as you can see, that it's going to be looked at around 2 years, and if the experience is bad, we'll go back, and if it's not, we'll rethink. So I urge you to vote for this. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Hearing none. We'll vote on this. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next meeting date, Wednesday, March 9th, 2022 at 6:00 PM. You're hereby adjourned.
That's got to be a record.
No, we had one that was 7 minutes, my first year. We're under 9.
Did you say next week?